Let me tell you about the most convincing lie in the English language. It's only two words. You've said it this week. Maybe you said it today. Someone asked how you are doing, and without thinking, without even blinking, you said, I'm fine. And the strange thing is, you almost believed it yourself. But here's what almost nobody understands about the people who say those words the most. The better someone is at saying I'm fine, the longer they've been practicing. And practice like that always has a history. Maybe you know someone like this. Or maybe you are about to recognize yourself. I'm fine is not a description, it's a dot, closing politely. Psychologists call this emotional masking, the automatic act of hiding what you feel behind what is easier for others to hear. And for most people, it's occasional. A bad day at work, a stranger asking out of courtesy. But for some people, I'm fine isn't something they say, it's something they are. It's the default setting. Watch them closely and you'll notice the pattern. They answer fast, faster than a real answer would take. They redirect, I'm fine, how are you? They smile precisely on time. Everything about the performance is smooth, because it is a performance and it has been running for years. Here's the part that matters. This isn't dishonesty. The people who mask the most are often the most honest people you know, about everything except themselves. They'll tell you hard truths about your life with total courage. They simply cannot do it about their own, because somewhere along the way, they learned that their feelings were a problem to be managed, not a truth to be shared. And once a person learns that lesson, I'm fine stops being a lie they tell. It becomes a room they live in. No one is born saying, I'm fine. It's taught, usually early, usually without anyone meaning to teach it. Picture a child who cries and hears, You're okay, stop crying, it's not a big deal. Not cruel words, tired words from tired adults. But a child's mind doesn't hear tiredness, it hears instruction. Your feelings are too loud for this house. Or picture a different child, the one in a home where the adults were the storm, where a parent's anger or sadness or chaos filled every room, and there was simply no space left for a child's smaller weather. That child learns a different lesson. The way to be loved here is to be easy, to need nothing, to be fine. Developmental psychologists have a phrase for what happens next. The child becomes parentified, a small person doing the emotional job of an adult, managing moods, reading rooms, keeping peace. And children are brilliant students. They learn so well that 30 years later, they are standing in a kitchen telling their closest friend, I'm fine, while their whole world is quietly coming apart. And they don't even notice they are doing it, because it was never a choice. It was a survival skill. And survival skills don't expire just because the danger did. Fast forward. That child grows up and something interesting happens. They become the person everyone else leans on. The strong one. The one with the good advice. The friend who always answers the phone at 2 a.m. and never makes a 2 a.m. call of their own. If you know someone like this, you've probably said it as a compliment. You're the strongest person I know. What you may not realize is what that sentence costs them. Because strength became their identity, and identity is a cage with excellent reviews. People come to them in pieces and leave feeling whole, and every single time, the strong one learns the same quiet lesson again. This is my role, this is why they keep me. So when their own life cracks, a loss, a failure, a heartbreak, they face an impossible math problem. To ask for help, they would have to break character. And breaking character to them doesn't feel like honesty. It feels like letting everyone down at once. So they do what they've always done. They hold the ceiling up. They answer, "I'm fine." And they go home to carry, alone, the exact weight they spend a lifetime helping everyone else put down.
So what exactly are we afraid of?
Ask them, on the rare night they'll talk about it, and you'll hear versions of the same three fears. The first is the fear of being a burden. In their mind, everyone is already carrying enough, and adding their weight to someone else's load feels almost immoral. What they never quite see is the double standard. They would carry yours in a heartbeat and feel honored to. The math only forbids it in one direction. The second is the fear of pity. They can survive being disliked. What they cannot survive is that look, the tilted head, the soft voice, the "oh no, are you okay?" To them, pity means the mask failed, and the mask failing means the system that kept them safe their whole life is gone. The third fear is the deepest and the strangest. The fear that, if they finally open the door and let it all out, no one will know what to do with it, not even them. That the sadness has been compressed so long, so tightly, that releasing it might not look like a conversation. It might look like a flood. So they keep the door shut, not because they don't want help, but because they've never seen proof that the flood can be survived. Here is the uncomfortable truth about a mask worn too long. The face underneath doesn't stay the same. The first cost is connection. You can be surrounded by people who love you and still feel completely unseen, because what they love, you suspect, is the character, the performance. And praise for a performance never reaches the person behind it. It's the loneliest kind of applause. The second cost is the body. Emotions that are never spoken don't politely disappear. They wait, in the tight jaw, in the shoulders that never quite drop, in the exhaustion that 8 hours of sleep never fixes. The body keeps a ledger of everything the mouth refused to say. And the third cost is the quietest one. After enough years, they lose the words. Ask them, "No, really, how are you?" and watch closely. There's a flicker, a half second where something true rises up and finds no language waiting for it, because a feeling that has never been spoken aloud never got a name. So they reach, come up empty, and land, softly, automatically, on the only phrase the room ever taught them. "I'm fine." So how do you reach someone who leaves behind "I'm fine"? Not by force. The mask took decades to build. It will not come down on request. But there are three things that actually work. First, ask twice. The first "how are you" gets the script. The second one, asked slower, with your eyes still on them, gets the pause. And the pause is the truth clearing its throat. Second, trade first. These people were trained to receive nothing, so give them a job they know. Hand them a piece of your truth. Honestly, my week was rough. Vulnerability, offered first, is the only key this particular door recognizes, because helping you carry something is the one way they know how to be close. And third, the most important, don't flinch. When the real answer finally comes, and it will come quietly, at a strange time, probably sideways, the single thing they are watching for is your face. Not your advice, your face. If it stays open, something in them updates a very old file. The flood came, and someone stayed. That is the entire repair. Not fixing them, staying. And if none of this was about someone you know, if somewhere in the last 15 minutes you quietly realized it was about you, then let this be the one thing you take with you. "I'm fine" kept you safe once. It did its job. But the people who are meant to be in your life are not looking for the performance. They are waiting, more patiently than you think, for the person behind it. You don't have to open the door all at once. Just Don't lock it anymore. If this video found you at the right time, consider subscribing. Every week, we look at the psychology hiding inside the things people never say. Until then, take care of the quiet parts of yourself.